Well, I thought it was quite hard and I should do some more practice before I take the next one.
Did you do any studying beforehand?
I did not. I figured I would take the first one and then see where I was at and then take it again with more practice.
Do you think that you'll retake it?
Yes.
Well, I had a good time taking it. It was really fun. It was a little hard, but I pulled through. I stayed tough, you know me. I'm out here grinding, hustling. So, you know, it was all right. Had a good time.
What parts did you find challenging?
Personally, I found the reading section most challenging, which is similar to the old SAT because I took that too. But yeah, the reading was really hard. There were a lot of questions where 2 could be the correct answer. But yeah, and then the math with calculator was pretty hard too. But it wasn't too bad.
So how do you feel that this SAT compares to the old SAT?
Personally, I think this SAT is a little harder than the old SAT, especially with the math section, because it's a lot more higher thinking as opposed to your decision-making skills. But it's pretty similar, more similar than you would think. So yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I think it was less stressful because it was an easier exam.
I think so, because I had more preparation for it, but I think it was a lot easier.
And do you think it's better this year having everyone in the state take the SAT rather than the SBAC?
From what I've heard, yes, because I heard from other juniors from last year's and past years that the SBAC was a lot harder. But I'm kind of glad I took the SAT with every other junior in Connecticut.
So that's one of the difficulties with this transition to SAT versus SBAC is that this is the new SAT. So not only is it a change to take it during the school day, but it's also the new SAT. This is the first time anybody's seen this SAT. So that added a little bit of trepidation. However, the timing is actually a little bit less than the old SAT. One of the reasons being that with this administration, during the state did not include the writing portion. So it's a little bit shorter. However, it's the longest mandated standardized test that we have ever had to give. When we used to give capped, the longest we ever tested for was about 95 minutes. So to test for almost 4 hours is a really long time for anybody. And on a normal SAT administration, kids could come in, take them from 8 o'clock till noon on a Saturday, and then they get to go kind of have the rest of the day. So we were trying to emulate that as far as taking it really seriously, putting your best effort forth, and then being able to get a break.
Do you think it's a good idea that juniors are able to leave early after taking the SAT?
Yeah, the SAT is just an awful and sapping experience. It would be pretty inhumane to force a junior to continue to go to school after taking the SAT.
I mean, I guess it's kind of fair because they had to take a 3-hour-long test, but I think everyone should have just had a half day today. It's just, you know, we didn't have February break, so I think we can afford, to take half the day off.
I mean, yes and no. Yes, because they just took an SAT. It's like a 4-hour test. But no, because we have a normal school day. I feel like if they're going to do that in school on a school day, that administration has to find something for the other classes to do, and then we could all leave early.
So how do you think the SATs went yesterday?
I think it went absolutely great. It was really well organized. The thing I liked the most about it, I think it was a brilliant stroke on the part of the state to choose to use the SATs instead of the SBAC, because students didn't really want to do the SBAC. So here's the SAT, they're motivated, they want to get a good score on it, so people really bought into it, didn't fight against it. So I think it was, I think if you're going to have standardized testing, having something that students think is useful is great.
Yeah, I think that the fact that it was the SAT test definitely contributed to the success of yesterday. Since most students are taking that test anyway, they took it a little bit more seriously.